we are in fire season. We want to make sure that our canopy is as safe as it possibly can be, and we're cleaning up our property when we should have done this in the winter, but here we are.
We're two hitchhikers. We met while hiking Mount Baldy with mutual friends, wasted no time, got engaged on a frozen alpine lake, got hitched, and have been adventuring together since. We're embarking on a new adventure of living big in a tiny home. Let's see how this goes.
Adventure awaits.
All right, so this is part of our property management. As you can see here, we have this giant juniper tree.
With the chainsaw stuck in it. So using another chainsaw to get it out. But the reason why we're doing this is because we are in fire season, and where we border another property, we want to make sure that our canopy is as safe as it possibly can be by removing the low-hanging branches and chopping down the young saplings that haven't grown tall enough to withstand a brush fire. So we're thinning out the trees and we're cleaning up our property when we should have done this in the winter, but here we are.
There's just never enough time to do everything we need to do. So we made time
now,
and that's what we're doing.
So we're gonna do it.
So how exactly did you get that chainsaw stuck up there?
You don't want to know, okay? Just stop bossing me around.
Got it?
Yep.
I guess that means it's quitting time today.
It is. My goodness. This is the second time.
First the small one, now the big one. We have an audience over here. My goodness, you look like you're gonna give birth to twins. It's never ending.
Never ending.
So Ruben really wanted to get more done on this side of the property, but we had 2 of the chainsaws.
They threw the chains.
Yes. It's the end of the day. We're both tired. It's hot. We have the chickens to tend to. We got a lot done.
Yeah.
And you've got sawdust everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yes. So we felled a few trees. We marked a few trees that need to be cut down, but we focused mainly on just getting the low-hanging branches off of the ground because we can't control all of the dry grass here. We need goats for that, and we're nowhere near being able to have goats. There's just too much rock here. There's too much going on for us to be able to manage it. So we can manage the low-hanging branches.
Yes.
There goes our neighbor off to work.
Yeah, off to work. Saving lives. Woo. All right.
So
I'm thirsty. Let's go.
Yes, I am too. Off to Chicken Middles.
Off the chicken lips.
All right, so that was a lot of wood chopping that we just did. And we're just gonna have to basically chip it all down.
Yeah, there have been a lot of spot fires in the very close vicinity to us, again, over the last week. One actually, the section across the way, they were mandatory evacuated and we were on alert. So there's a lot of activity,
Virus.
yes,
Yeah, there's a lot of
activity going
virus.
on. So we're just doing the best we can to try and mitigate. It's not if, it's when.
Yeah.
So we very much need to stay on top of this. So this is going to be our life for the next couple of weeks at least.
Yeah.
Nope, this coyote is not interested in our chickens. There's a doe who is staying around our property who has a little fawn tucked away somewhere. We haven't seen the fawn, but we know this doe is nursing. It's really nice to know that this doe feels safe here, but she's got a lot on her hands to try and keep her little fawn protected.
Well, we are here in our garden area, and it occurred to us that we haven't really done an update for you guys on what we're trying to grow this time around. It's a lot of the same crops that we did last year and a little bit the year before, but we've learned lessons and we fine-tuned our approach a bit. We obviously have this garden bed, which is new. It's a retaining wall, which now we're wishing that we would have done instead of the rock retaining wall there, although that works fantastically. We utilize the materials that we have here on hand on the property, but it's so functional. And these potatoes and the onion and the flowers in here, we've got calendula and nasturtium. They're very happy here. I think it's just the right amount of sunlight that they get and the aspect ratio and all that. But with that being said, we've got these 2 garden beds that we made a little bit more space for because we extended our row crops going out a bit further this year, and we think that has helped. We focused on planting our leafy greens here in this bed with some onions. We've got some chives, cilantro, and parsley. Those I'm kind of letting go to seed because I want to harvest those seeds. The green leafy vegetables have already bolted. They are at the bitter point. They're past the point of us truly being able to enjoy them, but I'm not pulling them out because those are still great for chicken treats. They love the leafy greens. And yeah, so far it's going well. We have some peppers starting to grow, a couple in here. We've got some cayenne peppers, some sweet peppers. We've got a lot of tomatoes growing in different spots. Basil, dill, cucumber, celery. We have some cabbage over there and this really cool cauliflower called a Veronica cauliflower, and it grows in this really cool fractal pattern. It's supposed to be delicious. I've never tasted it before, but when I saw it in the seed catalog, I thought, I want to try that. So I'm trying it. Then what we're focusing on there is more green chili. Native New Mexican here. Good green chili is hard to come by. I know those Anaheim chilies don't cut it. They've got no heat and they've got no flavor. They're just meaty. Anyway, I digress. We've got some hatch chili, we've got some lumbre, and then some big Jims over there. They tasted amazing last year and I had wished I grew more. So this year I grew more. Hopefully they do better this year because it would be awesome to have a harvest that we can even share with some family. That's the hope. We also have some beans in there, some anasazi beans. Anasazi beans are similar to a pinto bean. Yeah, they're just a little bit more mild in flavor, and we enjoy them. We also have zucchini again, the pumpkin. Those both do very well here. Watermelon, so-so, we're trying it again. And we have corn at the very end before that wild patch of purpley flowers, which is hairy vetch. That's a nitrogen fixer. That's just there for ornamental. Deer, go eat that. That's a trap crop. Stay over there. Don't eat our vegetables. So far it's working. But the corn, this is our last year of truly trying to try growing corn here. We were told, do not attempt it. It will not grow in this area. The wind is too strong. They just don't thrive. And that's kind of true. But we're like, you know what? We're going to try it one more time. I got a faster growing corn that is native to Southern Oregon. Perhaps just because it's a more native type of seed, it will do well. If it doesn't turn out this year, we're going to probably nix trying to grow corn for ourselves, but we may still grow it for the chickens because they do totally enjoy corn. They absolutely love it, but it would be nice to give them corn that we know is the good kind, right? And then that crazy jungle that's going on out there, it looks like madness, but there's actually a method to it. We just have interspersed there. We have some basil, some echinacea, marigolds. We have some strawberries. We have chives. We have some marjoram. Just a lot of different flowers. We have arugula. That's done very well. We've got mustard. Just a lot of fun things going on there. Some blackberries. Now, granted, it's still early in the season because we've had major temperature swings here where it's very chilly at night. And then in the daytime, it gets really hot. So the vegetables are still sort of like, what's going on here? So now we're hoping for a little bit more consistent warm temperatures. That way the warmer season crops can start to thrive. And then we'll get some more fruit set once these flowers start blossoming more consistently. We've got a lot of pollinators around here. They're doing their job. But what is really great is we've been able to eat from our garden, and it feels amazing just to be able to come out here, get the herbs. I mean, I'm growing all kinds of herbs, which I cook with. It's just great knowing that what I'm growing has 0 chemicals in it, and it was just grown right here, and we know what we're eating, and it just feels so good to be able to make a salad with what we've grown. And yeah, it's awesome. It's a lot of hard work because we're trying to figure out this climate zone, all the temperatures here, but We're not giving up. We're doing it. And you're probably wondering how it's been with deer pressure around here. Well, I don't want to speak too soon, but so far it's been all right. I mean, we have had some deer activity, but it hasn't been crazy. Although this deer netting really seems to be helping. It deters them just enough. I've got some onions planted basically around every garden bed area. Maybe that smell is keeping them away. I don't know, but this netting here, it's not so, because it's this thin netting that's black, you can't really see it from far away, so it doesn't look terrible, but it totally confuses the deer if they try and come up on this. And honestly, it trips me all the time. I know it's there and I still trip over it. So deer pressure so far, okay. Well, family, that is the update for the week. We know it wasn't the most glamorous type of project that we've done around here. Well, nothing that we really do around here is glamorous, let's be honest. But it was just a lot of chainsaw action. But that is the reality of what we've got going on up here. Fire mitigation is very important here. And with all of the spot fires we've had in the recent couple of weeks, we just can't mess around. We can't take anything for granted. So everything else has to stop until we can get at least the perimeter of our property more under control. So these chainsaw days are going to be taking up a lot of our time over the next couple of weeks until we feel a little bit more comfortable. We have so many trees to clear, but we just have to focus on what we can in the immediate. So we counted that we touched probably about 30 trees, whether that was delimbing those lower hanging branches or actually felling them. So we got a lot accomplished this week. And then the next, we can't leave all of those branches and trees just sitting around because those, again, would be fuel for any potential fire. So we do need to chip them or move them. We're hopefully going to be able to rent a large capacity, a real machine chipper, not our cutesy little one. That's good for smaller trees. It functions, but it can't do the job of what we need. This juniper wood, it does quite a number on machines. Anyway, we're hoping to get that done next week. We shall see. If not, we'll come up with some other kind of a solution. So stay tuned. But as always, we appreciate you following along on this crazy adventure of ours. We still like to joke that we're getting more civilized every single day. We're still far from it though. But anyway, if you liked this episode, let us know. Give us a comment below. Give us a like if you liked it. It really does help the algorithm. So weird to say that, but it does make a difference. So either way, we appreciate you stopping by, hanging out, and we hope that you check in next week for the next update. So we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great week, everybody.